Welcome in and thank you for joining us on the Pay the Price podcast. This season is called The Dawn of the Diliculum, and you're tuning in to episode 12, which happens to be the season finale. Now, I don't know if we've set it up to this point, but our current plan is to rock these seasons as 3 stages type thing. And if you've noticed, we've been rotating setting the scene. So we decided we'll settle on 12 and see how that works. Who knows if that's how it's going to be next season, but for now, this is your finale. In Dawn of the Diliculum, we are playing Starforged essentially as it is available to everyone. The great thing about the system is that it can be played cooperatively with no GM necessary, so everyone is a player and helps craft the story. And since there's no GM, there's practically no prep time between shows for any of us. As we do every week, we are sitting down to play with no clue where the story is going to go, so you get to listen in as it unfolds in real time. You can play just like we do and learn more about what we've got going on and show your support at patreon.com/samuraibeat. We will have patron exclusive content and we'll be publishing other shows like The Midnight Connection, Eddie and my conversational podcast about 2 dads talking about whatever we want at the only time that we can. With all that being said, let's get into the finale game. My name is Chris Batu, and today I have with me the primary players of the Pay the Price podcast, starting with Mr. Eddie, the Red Tree, Fuentes.
Hello, everyone.
The Guru, Roman Picardo.
Good evening, Paul.
And the best Japanese cheesecake maker in the business, Ivan Palaroan.
It do jiggle.
God damn it.
What? I mean, it's what it is, right?
It doth jiggle.
Yeah, it jiggles.
You got to bring some to the rap party.
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I think I need to.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
No. Good times. All right. With that being said, do you want to do a coin flip here, Eddie? You want to do the recap? You want me to do the recap? We didn't decide.
I thought we decided no recap, but
I'll
let you
right.
take it.
You know what? No, you're right. Let's just get right into it. I think you're up for setting this scene, and we'll leave it to you.
Oh, before you do, Eddie, one. I repeat, one momentum.
Oh, we're gonna not get that out of the way first. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Because it's crucial.
This is an important scene setting. So let's.
Yes.
So look, if you don't know what's going on, I don't know why you started with this episode. So go back at least one episode, and you will know that the team is at least at some underwater type base, has found some sort of queen in a cave. This is where we be.
This is a dire situation.
It was a dire situation. I think 3 of us were like under some sort of hypnosis.
Very close.
Yes.
And Sparrow was the only one.
That's it. That's the recap.
That's the previously.
This is like immediately before you start.
Exactly.
Last
That's not a
time.
recap. That's a flash in the pan.
They're about to force us to swallow leeches, okay?
That's
That
right.
is correct.
Okay.
So the scene opens on a little boy surrounded by tin and metal architecture, holding his mother's hand while slowly running out of oxygen. The little boy tries to breathe, starts finding his chest getting tighter and tighter as the skin tone of the mother starts changing to a deeper blue. The mother tells the child that everything's going to be okay, to not panic. Breathe deep, son. It'll be okay. The little boy felt a thick cloud take placement inside of the middle of his throat. And with every inhale, the throat got tighter and tighter. Panic, anxiety, calm, death, all so close. But no, not this time. Not like this. As the little boy closed his eyes, Luce opened his to find a vine of leeches halfway down his throat. To the left, Sparrow was shooting left and right as leeches and shard hunters lined the deep cave. All Luce could hear is screams, squishes, and wet sounds as his hand gripped the leech vine and tried to rip it out. Goshi was on the ground, passed out, convulsing. Duke had the leech 75% down his throat already. Luce quickly cut the vine, vomited the rest of the pieces of the leeches, and in a daze ran over to feed Goshi his pills and shake him awake. A shard hunter platoon entered the deep cave and shot an RPG directly at the queen. She let out a thunderous cry that began to bring down the walls. Sparrow, Goshi, and Luce reunite to face the shard hunters as they hear a familiar voice say, "You will not leave here. You're with us or you're dead." Our crew turned around to see Duke standing tall with leeches crawling under his skin. The shard hunters stood ready to fire. The queen let out a wail while her new champion stood in front of her embodied rage and fury while the cave walls began to let water seep through. Duke was ready to kill all, knowing no friend, only foe. And we start.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah.
Y'all are goners.
It's GG's.
Everyone's finale.
Okay.
So we're surrounded by shard hunters and the leech, the red robes. The walls are coming down, water's pouring in. Our captain is leechified.
Leechified.
What do we do?
You guys can go first.
Yikes. Oh no.
I'm gonna say you guys are automatically in a bad spot. No, I'm just
Yes.
kidding.
I would agree. I think that's
I
fair.
would agree too. I mean, we just had, leeches down our throats.
Well, not all of us.
practically. I was already convulsing, so
But you're back now. You're back.
I'm back.
You got your pills.
Yeah.
So should we? I guess we should all three enter the fray, right?
Unless you plan to do something else. Yes.
Sure, because looks like our captain is not with us anymore.
All right. So let's enter the fray, which I guess starts a one of the trackers, right?
Yes. Yeah, you have some sort. You'll have to identify some kind of objective.
Right.
Get out of here alive.
Yeah, I mean, you'll have to choose. Is it escaping? Is it saving Duke? Is it, taking out the queen? Yeah, you'll have to choose.
What do we want to do, guys? I would say we escape with Duke.
Escape with Duke.
Like, who cares about these people and their issues with one another?
Okay, is that what you want to do?
Team choice.
Escape.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Escape with Duke.
Escape with
We
Duke.
get the F out.
New progress check. Are you typing, Roman?
All right, I can do it. Escape with Duke.
And while you're setting that up, I will enter the fray. The room is pretty big, so I don't think it's the close quarters, but maybe caught in a trap.
Yeah, that
Since
sounds
I'm
about
coming out
right.
of the leeches.
Sounds about right.
All right.
I would say.
So that is wits.
And we are formidable. Yeah, I would say formidable.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, this is it.
Boss encounter.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I got a weak hit.
Weak hit. On your
So-
entering of the fray. Choose one.
I will
control?
be in control.
Okay. Luz is in control. Who's next? Did you want to take an action now?
Yes. I will go into my shade, use my shade asset to auto cloak out of here, like I do. It's like, what? There's trouble? I'm gone.
I'm out.
So that gives me the action die set to 5. And then I am going to strike in my invisibility or cloakedness. I'm going to try to identify the soldier, the shard hunter with the RPG, and try to kill that specific one. Because I see that one as probably the most threat.
You're going to attack the shard hunters first.
Yes.
Interesting.
Because it's not going to be you. You're my captain.
Am I still the captain, though?
I don't know. If not, why are we trying to save?
This is an existential crisis.
So I will strike at that shard hunter.
All right.
And I guess I'll be doing that in close quarters, so that'll be an iron roll. Or I guess it doesn't matter, right? Because my action die is set to 5 anyway.
Correct. Well, actually, it does matter.
Yeah.
Because your stat will change. But your action die is 5. So 6.
Wowzers.
That'd be a miss.
I have no momentum, so I can't burn.
Nope.
So I'm just going to straight up miss.
That is a straight miss.
Wow.
The fight
What a
turns
time to be
against you. Way to start. The fight turns against you. You are in a bad spot and must pay the price.
You know, this is the first time I've had to pay the price.
Really?
I've been careful, guys.
This is going to be an especially bad one.
This is gnarly. Okay. So I got to choose one, make the most obvious thing happen. Let me roll just for the sake of rolling.
You're rolling on pay the price?
Yeah. Just to see what would get me. So Loose Cloaks tries to slick his way past the platoon of shard hunters to get to the back line where all the like RPG specialists are. And as Loose goes to backstab one of them, he realizes that their armor is of a material that will not allow the knife to pass through. So Loose goes to stab, and you just hear a metallic cling. And since he's out of his cloak, all of the platoon notice that he is now in the middle. One of the infantry units immediately shoots Loose in the leg to stop him from moving around. And if he does cloak, they can follow the trail of blood. And as the shot goes through the leg, Loose kind of like lands on his knees, and he's quickly grabbed by 2 other shard hunters, and his hands are tied.
One man down.
Dang, already? Oh, man.
I tried.
You tried.
Oh boy, oh boy. This might be easy for Duke.
So to make sure I got the situation right, Duke is sort of under the control of the Queen Slug.
Yeah, Duke's like the avatar of the Queen.
Did you take health damage when that happened, or no?
I would imagine I should. Let me reflect that.
Do you want to
What is it, like take harm?
endure harm?
Endure harm.
Do you want to try and fight it?
Fight through the pain.
So what do I have to do if I fight it?
You would roll health or iron, whichever's higher.
Health or iron? Okay, I'll do that. I'll fight it with health. And it's a weak
On a weak hit, if you are not wounded, we didn't say you are, you may lose momentum -1 in exchange for the +1 health. Otherwise, you continue on.
I will keep my momentum of 2. And my health will go down to 3.
Oof.
It's it's the end. So, and that's me, guys. Who's up next?
Oh,
I
goodness.
think you may have adjusted Romans.
Oh, sorry.
You took
Sorry,
damage.
Goshi.
I deflect the
It's all good.
damage.
It's all good.
All right, who's up?
I will enter fray.
Okay.
Enter fray. I guess we're still caught in a trap.
You're the one who was not really. I mean,
Well, I thought we all. Well,
yeah.
No,
I mean,
you're
it's
right,
kind
we're
of
grouped up, right, based on the set, the scene set.
We did group up.
It's probably the same.
Yeah. So,
We were put in a row and then
I'll put
slowly
weights.
fed a leech.
Quits.
Quits.
I also get a weak hit. Seeing how this is going, I think I'll take a +2 momentum. I'll save it for the dire moment.
Okay. All right. So weak hit on that. You are electing to keep the momentum.
Yes, I will get. I am now at 9.
Does that mean you're in a bad spot then?
I think so.
Okay.
I think we did this before. Yeah, we put our character in a bad spot after we took a momentum.
All right. And what doth Sparrow do?
Well, Sparrow, as he sees Goshi, or not Goshi, lose, trying to go for the RPG dude, as all that's happening, Sparrow tries to kind of like subdue, well, not really subdue, but kind of like hold back Duke from like, going into like this whole rage mode. So he goes over to Duke and he's just like trying to restrain him essentially.
Okay. Would that be securing an advantage? Or
Potentially take decisive action or gain ground.
I was looking at gain ground. Well, take decisive action is the ending
Oh, that's right.
progress move.
See the objective. Okay.
I think the bad spot version is react under fire.
That's what I was
Yes.
looking at.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you're in a bad spot, take an action in a fight to avoid danger or overcome an obstacle, which I think is what you're doing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Proceed.
I will proceed. Shoot, what would I roll that for?
If you're just going to go and manhandle him, it's probably iron.
Yeah, that's kind of what
Yeah.
I was going for. Okay.
Weak hit. You succeed, but face a troublesome cost. Make a suffer move, -1, and you stay in a bad spot.
Okay. So, as Sparrow is restraining Duke, the leeches start to like multiply and they start transferring, from Duke onto Sparrow, causing him to become, I guess, weaker in a sense.
Would you consider that physical or mental harm?
I think it's physical.
I think first physical, then mental, I think, then spirit. Because they haven't controlled them yet.
Just don't turn, man.
Yeah, don't turn.
Gotta resist.
We're gonna have our one non-fighter combatant take care of the whole thing.
He's going to handle everything.
Ay.
Right, so I guess an endure harm suffer move then?
Yes. And
Okay,
I will
all right.
try to resist.
Iron or health, whichever is greater.
My health. Okay. Health.
Your health is 3 also.
My health is my health. My health is 3 and my iron is 2.
All right. Strong
Oh,
hit.
yeah, that's what I'm talking
Nice.
about.
Oh, yeah.
Choose one, shake it off. If you're not wounded, take +1 health, or embrace the pain, take momentum.
I will.
If you're in a fight, this puts you in control. All right.
Nice.
I will embrace the pain.
Another momentum for
Yes,
you.
yes.
Okay.
Max me.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, Ghosh.
All right, so seeing Loose blip in, or blip out, then blip in, and not doing too well, and then seeing Sparrow restrain him, and knowing that Duke is under the influence, Goshi goes, wait a minute, and he searches his pockets, heads over to Duke, and not put it in his mouth, but just able for him to inhale some of his medicine to see if it'll
All right.
react.
Take them pills.
Yeah, take them pills.
Take it.
All right. Because of that, I will have to reduce the supply by 1.
Oh, team supply. All right.
Yeah. And then, what is it? Also, it's going to be the react under fire. And I'm going to say it's a wits thingy. Cause
Did you already enter the fray?
not yet. I have to enter the fray first. You're correct. Enter the fray. Preparing to act against an unaware foe. Are you unaware?
I would say he's probably aware.
I'm probably aware.
Okay, so then how would I, let's see, facing off against the foe in the thick
What
of
we
it
did is
equals-
caught in a trap.
Okay, sounds, I guess so, caught in a trap. Yeah, sizing up the situation. So let's do that. Rolling wits. Okay, and here we go. Bonk, weak hit.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright, so
Choose
weak
one.
hit. I will be in control, and then I will try to go ahead and give Duke a dose of my medicine. Now that is under react under fire. So,
Yeah.
and then I'm trying to change Duke's plan of annihilating all of us. So it'll be another wits roll.
All right, let's do it.
All right, first uncheck wits. I don't have any bonuses or anything, so here we go.
Oh, strong hit. Nice.
Yeah, all right. So
Save me.
I know. Okay, on a strong hit,
I was about to
take
sing it.
both.
I'm not going to do it,
Okay,
though.
So, okay, so on a strong hit, I take both. Oh, I get to add +2 momentum. That helps. And then still in control. And I step on a few of the slugs that are trying to get over me, trying to dodge any of the fire that's going on. And all of a sudden, Duke, inhale.
Are you making a move for that also?
Wasn't that,
was,
my...
That was his react under fire.
That's
Oh,
my
that was
reaction
okay.
move.
Okay, I didn't. All right.
So that was the strong hit.
Yes, the strong hit. Oh, so I don't take +2 momentum. I just
Right,
took
that's why I was
control.
asking.
Right, my bad. I should have been
There.
succeed in control. Take
You get
1
one.
momentum. Okay.
The Duke tries to shove you away, but not before you're able to get some of the medication into his mouth. And he tries to like spit it out and get it out of his throat, but he's coughing because some of it managed to just go right down the gullet.
Nice.
It tastes like medicine. And I guess I'm done until I figure out what happens. That is my turn.
Does anything happen to Duke after taking the pill?
Ooh, does anything happen? Why, yes.
Let's do a percentage on that. What's the likelihood that it's actually impacting Duke?
I would say over 50.
Simply because you don't have an immunity. Yeah.
Well, and we have precedence for this.
True.
Because when we were on the
Back on the
way station,
yeah,
we did set up that he didn't get that fully affected because of his medication.
You got to remember, Duke does not have the thing that Goshi has, or that experience.
but he's still under the influence.
A drug's a drug, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what this
Drugs are
is.
drugs.
Drugs are
is
drugs. Okay.
Oh, drug is a drug.
Maybe it won't hit at the 100% efficacy rate.
Yeah.
But Duke, we've decided that a drug is a drug.
A drug is a drug. So no
May
matter.
not- yeah.
Okay, so above 50,
Let's say 55%.
55%,
That's right.
it affects him.
Success.
Okay, so 55 and under. All right, here we go. 42.
Yeah.
Okay, so Duke, as he's trying to get the medication out of his system, he's not able to get all of it, so he does unintentionally consume some of it, and it starts to clarify the brain fog that he's experiencing right now. So he's got a completely he's torn right now. So he's hearing all these instructions and orders from the Leech Queen, mind control process, but he's also seeing and understanding that Goshi was just trying to help him. And so he's battling through all that in his mind right now, and I'm going to say it causes him to experience stress.
You would think.
And serious stress at that. So a -2 to... Oh gosh, my spirit's already... it's down. -2 for spirit, which he will try to overcome. So let's see. Spirit or heart, whichever is greater. In this case, after losing spirit, it would be heart. So let's see what Duke puts together here. It's a miss.
Yikes.
Okay. On a miss, if you're not shaken, which he is not, you may lose momentum in exchange. Oh, I'm sorry. On a miss, it's worse than you thought.
Yeah.
Suffer an additional -1 spirit or lose momentum -2. Okay. If your spirit is 0, which it is, if I take the -1, you must also mark shaken or traumatized or roll on the table below. Oh boy. You know what? I'm gonna take that -spirit.
Ooh.
Like a boss.
Mhm.
You are the captain.
I mean, you are the boss.
And yeah. So 0. And then we're just gonna roll on this table right here. We're gonna let the roll do its thing. 23. You give up.
Oh no.
Forsake your vow.
Okay, so the original vow was let's see.
Well,
What,
I mean,
find a lady not find a lady to like,
find his
or
wife.
deliver the shipment.
No, because we already forsook.
Yeah, we
That-
dropped that one.
you
Oh,
dropped
that's
that
right.
one.
We
Yeah.
dropped it. Yeah, we did drop the first one. So
And I mean,
yikes.
we've kind of discovered the Lady of the Lake.
But if you forsake that vow, you meaning you just said, "Yo, my wife's gone." So
I mean, I think in the last episode he kind of did that. Resigned
Did he
to
do
that.
that?
I think. He was very confused about the
yes,
whole
he
experience.
was.
Aren't we all?
Yeah.
I think. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if forsake your vow really applies here, but in essence,
True.
he has given up. So he, for a minute, he realizes and recognizes that you're trying to help him, and then the voice that he hears just intensifies, and it gets the leeches start to, instead of making their way towards Sparrow, who's restraining him, they sense that they're losing their grip on Duke and return back to him.
Mhm.
So they're like, trying to corral him back. So their effect intensifies and he remains under mind control.
We're gonna have to OT our captain.
So it's a good shot, but the leeches are not giving up. Duke has given in.
So while all this is happening, Luce is at the other end of the cave, just getting tied up and getting the crap kicked out of him by these infantry people because they heard about the stories of what happened at the station with their crew. And, that was their boys. So they're trying to get some payback, just kicking the crap out of Luce. But Luce, once they're done beating on him and they've secured him and everything, the men go back to the focus of the leeches and taking down the leech queen and everything like that. So Luce kind of has a second where he's going to try to escape quietly by getting back into more of like a cover position. So I'm going to react under fire since I'm in a bad spot and use edge to flee as much as I can, because I don't think my edge score is that good, but we'll see what happens.
And is he restrained, or were they just kind of holding him down? They just tied my
hands. Yeah. Okay. What, try and give me like a negative modifier?
No, I'm just making sure I understand the situation.
And it's a weak hit.
Weak hit. You succeed, but face a troublesome cost.
My goodness. Okay. So, Luce realizes that if he's quick enough, he might be able to make it to this like collection of, rocks and debris that's coming down and actually hide in what has been created as like a little pool, because again, the water's rushing into the place. And so Luce thinks to himself, okay, if I can just make it over there, let's say like 30 meters, booking it, dive into the water, I don't need my hands to swim. So this is the best way to do it. And Luce immediately books it, because, Luce is pretty quick, light on his feet. The problem is the gunshot wound. And with every single step that Luce is putting all of his weight on his leg, booking it, he can feel that the bone has actually been partially shattered by the bullet. And he can hear a crunch of bone against bone every time he's stepping on his left foot. So by the time he makes it to the cover, he will endure harm. And I will say, oh God, I only have 2 health. Oh no, I have 3 health.
He may not need his hands, but does he need the leg to swim?
Yes, exactly. You can kick with one leg.
Yeah, I'm sure Liz can.
And I'll endure -2 for serious harm because my bone is shattered.
That is pretty serious.
So I will lose 2 health. I'm down to 1. Living my best life. And I'm gonna resist it with a iron roll. I guess they're both 1.
This is going great, guys.
All right. Let's see what happens.
Strong hit.
With a match. Not that it matters.
No. Yeah, with a match.
Yep,
it does matter.
It does matter. That's an extra.
It does.
That's an extra.
Extra narrative effect.
Yes.
So what is that?
So a strong hit, choose one. Shake
I'm
it off.
Wounded or embrace the pain. I'm definitely gonna get at least 1 of my health points back.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
so
I'm
you
at
take
2.
the
I don't take the momentum. And then
and you're in control now.
And I'm in control. So let's go.
Okay, Luz has made it to cover.
Mm-hmm.
Still restrained.
Still restrained.
Still restrained. That's pretty good for being restrained. Did all that. Looses all that.
It's just hands. Just hands.
Just hands. Nothing but hands.
I'm gonna do. Duke is gonna try and escape his restraint here. I'm gonna do that. How about them apples?
Mm-hmm.
Some good apples.
because he has not actually entered the fray.
No, not yet.
So he will. Close quarters. Oh, that was fast. There you go. Okay, miss. I was like, what's wrong with everything? On a miss, the fight begins with you in a bad spot. Okay, so he starts off in a bad spot.
That's fair. You are already there.
That is
If you
fair.
burn your
He is
momentum,
actually,
tweak it.
The dice know.
Yes.
and then he will try to react under fire to, let's see, remain stalwart, block your movie, down, changes, iron again.
Yeah, if you can try to get out
Diverting
of
with
your
force.
yeah, trying to get out of your restraints, I would say that would be
All right.
use of iron.
Miss again.
Oh.
My goodness. On a miss, the situation worsens. You stay in a bad spot and must pay the price.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's see. So, under the Queen's control, Duke realizes that he's being restrained by the enemy. He tries to. No technique or anything to it. He just tries to force his way out of Sparrow's attempt to restrain him. And while he's doing that, the rushing water that has come into the room has basically messed up his footing. You know, it's gotten muddy and slick under the boots, and so he tries a little too hard to break free, and it ends up just he loses his footing and slips. And while going down to his knees, he's hoping that it actually helps him to escape, but it actually gives Sparrow an even stronger grip on him. And now he's out of position and has not much leverage, because it's not like he's on his knees. He's kind of off, like his on his side haunch. You know what I mean? Like legs off to the side type thing. So he doesn't really have any leverage to work with, and partially submerged now with the water rushing in. So there's also a threat now. If he continues to stay down there, he's just going to be underwater soon. Stay in a bad spot and must pay the price as well. Okay, so let's see. Pay the price. Let's roll this bad boy. See what this table gives us. 32. Your action causes collateral damage or has an unintended effect. Okay, that makes it works,
sense.
right?
Yes. That works.
Okay. Failed attempt to escape for Duke. Now he's sloshing around in the water.
So since the water's coming in, should we put a clock on that?
It's a good call.
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So how big is the room? How much water's coming in?
Duke says no to drugs. Is that an old one?
No.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean the cavern is pretty big.
Yeah, it'll take time.
Yeah.
It'll take time.
So
We can get rid of this loose one, right?
yep.
Or the Goshi one.
Yep.
Okay.
As in, should we escape or is it the room? Just the room?
This is just how long the room takes. Yeah, how long the room takes to actually fill.
Let's see. 4, 6, 8, or 10.
I would go either 6 or 8.
Yeah.
We can bring up the tension and bring it up to 6.
Make it 6.
Yeah. A little bit of urgency.
It's pretty. It's going.
Yeah.
I mean,
It'd be likely at least.
Yeah.
at least,
Yes.
if not almost certain.
Right?
Likely. All right.
We should probably roll one now.
Okay, who wants to hit it? Who's feeling lucky?
Not me.
Well, it was during your action, I think, unfortunately. So you have to roll.
All right, I'll roll it. 46 ticks away.
Yeah.
Alrighty, 5 to go.
All right.
The clock is on.
Yes, it is. All right, so.
We need to make some progress here, guys.
Oh, yeah, progress. How much progress have we made?
0.
0 progress. That is correct. We haven't. We're trying. Have not made progress. All right. So, having seen Duke trying to struggle and fall to the ground, with Sparrow still holding on to Duke, Goshi yells, "Duke, fight it! We gotta get out of here!" And I can't tell if the Leech Queen's mental hold has been broken. I'm gonna go ahead and, knowing that the water's going in, I'm gonna try to help Sparrow pick up Duke and get the F out. So that's going to be what kind of a move? And I'm in control.
Think gain ground.
Oh, gain ground. Does that make sense? Gain ground?
Take an action in a fight to reinforce your position or move towards an objective.
Yes. We are trying to move towards the objective of getting out of here.
When in control. So, yeah, I think so.
Alright, so I guess I have to use iron. Because it's
leverage with force. It's either that or thinking maybe heart, coming to the aid of others.
Oh,
I
yes.
think one of those two. Maybe, I mean,
coming to the aid of others. That might be the appropriate one. All right. Let's try that. Come to the aid of others. I'm trying to help Sparrow get out of here. All right.
Okay.
Weak hit. Okay.
Okay, on a hit, you stay in control. On a strong hit, choose 1. On a weak, strong hit, choose 2. On a weak, choose 1. You can mark progress, take +2 momentum, or add +1 to your next move, which is not the progress move.
Right. Not a problem. On my next. You know what? Let's get some momentum on the board. Let's put 2 momentum.
You're taking momentum?
Excuse me, progress.
Oh, progress. Okay. So mark progress 1. All right. 1 box on the board.
On the board, and he's able to help up Sparrow and Duke, and we are heading for the exit.
Sparrow, you want to? What do you think? What are you doing?
I think I'm trying to get Duke to come back to his senses here. I think I will strike Duke with a fisty punch.
Big meaty fist.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. And you are currently
in control. Plus iron.
Miss. Or you could burn momentum and get strong hit.
I will use this momentum I've been building up for this moment.
This is true. All right. Converts to a strong hit on the burn. Mark progress twice. You dominate your captain and stay in control.
You like to be dominated.
Oh, no. It's not that kind of show.
Wait. Call me mistress.
But yeah, okay. So Sparrow, after Sparrow and Goshi pretty much get Duke up, and he's still kind of like under the control or under the influence of the Leech Queen, and he's kind of resist the hold that Sparrow and Goshi have on him. So Sposhi, combining names now. Sparrow, takes a pretty good swing at Duke, to the face. It's just kind of like, hopefully try to get him to kind of get some sort of like senses back, knocked into him. And, I guess, clocking him to the face, kind of, stops his hesitancy or his resistance to Goshi and Sparrow. And they try to continue to, I guess, move, or, I guess regroup with Luce so they can get on out.
Okay.
So you dominate with a pimp slap.
It was a fisticuff. It wasn't a slap.
Okay.
He went.
It was in
ham
a Will.
fist.
It was in a
Ham
Will
fist.
Smith.
Okay.
Ham-fisted your captain. Okay. And so after Sparrow goes fisticuffs with a defenseless Duke, he comes to, and you can see that there's now an awareness in his eyes as they shoot like wide open, and he's trying to figure out what the heck is going on, because he's gone from just kind of standing there to being sopping wet in a flooding room, being half carried by Sparrow and Goshi and covered with an array of different leeches, and he's completely confused and disoriented, doesn't know what's happening, and then he starts to feel the sensation of, like a dull pain in his cheek. So he looks up at Sparrow, and his hand immediately, like, reflexively goes to his cheek, and it's like, what is happening? Why am I soaking wet? Where are we going? What did you punch me? Because as he looks up to see Sparrow prepared to land another punch, and it's like, what is going on?
Captain, you were about to eat a leech. They were force feeding everybody leeches, anybody with some sort of emotional background. I was, for some reason, unaffected. I was still me for some reason, but the whole team, everybody was just about to go under. And thankfully, Goshi and Luz were able to break out of it. But you, Captain, like you were about to just go like deep in, and the only way to save you, or the only way to get you out of it, was I'm sorry, but I had to sock you in the face.
He's you can see it in his face that he's kind of putting two and two together, because he's recalling what he was just experiencing, with with his visions and conversation with Jasmine while he was under the influence. So Goshi, releases his legs, because he's come to, and he's standing there trying to remove the leeches. He's like, okay, I don't fully understand what's going on, but I do 1000% believe you. We can talk about that later. It doesn't look like this room's going to last very long. We got to get out of here. Where's Luz?
I don't know. We were all fighting. The shooting just started happening, and then I don't know. I think Luz just ended up, submerged in a ditch somewhere. We gotta look for him.
Right, Duke calls out to Luz in a bit of a panic, just trying to regain some sense of control in this situation. I'm gonna do a quick gather information and see if he can spot him, essentially.
Nice.
Yep, and roll with wits. I've got some momentum. Okay, here we go. Weak hit. Information provides new insight, but also introduces a complication or a danger. Take +1 momentum. All right. So Duke scans the room. It's hard because there's suddenly so much more new information that he's trying to take in. But he's focusing and trying to find Luz, and he looks over to the group of shard hunters, and he can see that obviously Luz is not there, but Duke is also wondering maybe he's cloaked or something like that. But their attention is kind of focused all in one direction. So Duke follows the eyes and sees a large little pool of water that is getting deeper by the minute, and he sees Luz kind of splashing around and sloshing around in it. And the Duke recognizes that he's there and directs, he's like, Goshi, he's like, guys, look, he's right over there. But the problem is, you have Yeah, we had there was some of those Crimson guards, right?
Yeah.
They're also there. So they've taken up a position between us. So now it's the three of us. You've got the red robe guard guys. Luz kind of behind that wall, and then on the opposite side of him, Shard Hunters approaching from a different angle. So it looks like we're gonna have to get through them first, Duke says.
All right, Captain. We gotta get Luz out of here. I agree.
So meanwhile, while all that is happening, Luce is in a deep ditch that's getting deeper, and all he can do is focus on the pain of his shattered left foot and leg. And as the Shard Hunters gather around, closing in on his position, Luce is going to try to flee. He can't use his shade because he already used it and got caught. But he's just going to try to be a sneaky bitch. And so he's going to react under fire. And looks like rolling edge.
All right.
To see if I can get behind the rock, which would put me in front of the, what was it? The Crimson...
I want to say it's the Crimson Guard.
Is it?
Where's our notes?
Yeah, let me check the notes here.
Scarlet
Guard. I was close.
Scarlet Guard.
Yes.
Red Guard.
Yes. The dudes. So I'm trying to get behind the rock to avoid getting hit by being seen by the Shard Hunters, but I don't know what I'm getting myself into. So I'm going to roll
out of the pot and into the fire.
That's right. What
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Edge. All right, let's see.
Oh, strong hit. Nice.
Nice.
All right. So I succeed and I'm in control. All right. So as the Shard Hunters are enclosing in on Luce tries their best to just hold in all the pain and put all the weight on the right leg as they jump and dive to the other side of the rock. And when successful, Luce looks up and realizes that he's at the heel of the two Scarlet Guards and sees the rest of the team kind of on their way, like they're about to come battle with these Scarlet Guards. So Luce, already being on the ground, grabs both of their legs and kind of trips them up so that they're automatically starting in a bad position.
Nice.
And I'll take +1 momentum.
Can't keep the man down.
I don't need no legs.
Yeah.
I only need one.
Yep, I only need leg.
You're right.
All right.
So, let's see.
Who wants to jump in there first?
It should also be noted, I don't have any weapons because they already tied me up and took everything away from me.
Yeah.
Just
Indeed.
in case. Just throwing that out there into the world,
Don't need those either.
When do we roll the clock? I forget who started.
I would say after whoever makes the next move.
All right. So let's try this. Having seen Luce make his move, the Scarlet Guard notices us, but doesn't notice Luce make his move. So he's going to... You know what? Let's do it. It's the end of the season. I'm going to see if I can fire at these guys. I'll enter the fray, or was I still? Yeah.
You were marked as in control.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So I'm in control, and I shall. What's that move?
you're gonna fire.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do a strike.
Strike. Yep.
I shall strike. Where is it?
Distance is edge.
Yeah. Okay. Just go back. All right. So let's see what happens. Weak hit.
Okay.
Weak hit.
Mark progress twice,
Yes.
but you expose yourself to danger, and you are now in a bad spot.
Okay, I'll go ahead and do a bad spot.
I'll mark the progress. That puts us at 5 boxes, gentlemen.
Excellent. So, even though I was able to get off a few rounds, not only did it hurt the 2 Scarlet Guard near them, they reacted, and because Luz was holding on to their feet, they're both on the ground, and I got so excited, I slipped in all this gunk, and now I am on the ground.
But you did shoot some.
Yes,
someone.
I did. Yes, I did. And I think that's where I'm gonna end. And shall we roll for the clock?
Did you shoot one of them or both of them?
I shot both of them.
Okay.
But
Maimed.
yeah, maimed. Or all I know is they're both on the ground, so they reacted. Boom, boom. All right, go ahead and take that off. And just gotta roll 2d10s, correct?
Yep.
All right, let's just roll.
3.
That's a 3. It's not yet. No water fills out. All right.
Right?
Wait. Greater than or less than or equal to 75 is likely. So it does.
Yes, it does.
It does.
It definitely does.
Thank goodness for symbols. So yes, there you go.
Up to
Okay.
2
Up
out of
to
6. So let's see. 2 out of 6 probably puts it at like what, mid-thigh ish, right?
2. Sure. Why not? Build the suspense.
Thereabouts. Okay.
Oh. And because I'm on the ground, I'm like, uh-oh.
You better get up.
Oh,
You both,
snap.
we all better get up.
Captain, we gotta go.
What about you, Sparrow? You want to take an action, or you want to hold off?
I will. I mean, we out in the open, right? Ish.
Yep.
And you're slightly injured.
I am slightly injured. Luz is very injured, and now trying to keep his head above water.
You should.
Got 1 foot, dog.
Let's try to move to an advantageous position.
Let's say the deepest parts are mid-thigh, but not all parts of the cave are equal depth. So.
Sure. I agree.
All right. So what's the move if I want to just get us secure an advantage? Right?
Yep.
Okay. Secure an advantage. So I will attempt to drag you along. There's like a mid-sized rock formation with like a little ledge that kind of keeps us above water. Good. And it gives us like a good vantage point on like Luz's position where we can like, I guess, take shots at dudes if we need to.
Are you in control? Take a look.
He is marked as in control.
I am marked.
Then there's a move called Gain Ground.
Oh, the combat move?
Yeah, because we're in combat. Unless he's right, and then it's not a in combat move.
I think that's a good call. I think it would be gain ground.
Okay.
Probably wits, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, no.
Yikes.
Oh, and you can't, no momentum either. That's a miss.
Ooh. On a miss, your foe gains the upper hand, fight moves to a new location, or you encounter new danger. Bad spot. You must pay the price.
You must pay the price. Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
Oh, boy. This is how it starts.
No.
So as Sparrow is like pulling Captain Duke to this rock formation, one of the Scarlet Guard notices kind of like wrapping around, and so he turns and he basically, I guess, fires his gun at us, and Sparrow takes a hit now. And I would say he takes like 2 shots to his like midsection. So now he's kind of like bleeding out a little bit. And then because we didn't make it to the rock, we're still kind of out in the open. So we're all like collapsed. Now Sparrow's like collapsed as well. In the rising tide of the water.
Where is...
Endure harm.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Did you want to resist it?
I will not resist it. I'll take it like a champ.
Oh boy. What does that take you down to?
Are
You're considering it serious, which would be a -2.
I would say it's serious because it's like, I would say your midsection is pretty serious.
Yeah,
vitals,
it's
right?
kind of
It's a
important.
weapon.
Yeah,
There's
so
a
yeah,
lot there. There's a lot there.
I'll take the -2. I'll take a -2.
So it takes you to 1.
Hell yeah.
Whew. Okay.
So you basically embraced. Oh no, never mind. You didn't roll for it.
Yeah, I gotta roll for
Yeah,
it.
he is taking it.
Just take
took
it.
it.
Okay, cool. Just take it. Don't need to make the move. Yikes.
So I want to try to pull a 1-2 situation here.
Okay.
First, I'm going to secure an advantage. So as Luce is like going with so much adrenaline from everything that's happening, doesn't even feel the pain of his left foot, but can still hear the crunching. As the 2 Scarlet Guards kind of fall back because of Goshi's actions, I'm going to go ahead and take that opportunity to fully grab one of them in the water and search their body for some kind of weapon, whether it's like a blade or a gun. So I'm going to try to secure an advantage, even though I guess it could be gain ground as well.
Yeah,
Right?
I suppose.
Since we are in combat.
You take action in a fight to reinforce your position or move towards an objective. I guess so.
Would it be like maneuvering? Or gaining leverage with force?
Yeah, well, I'd say either that or maybe also with creating an opportunity for yourself.
Well, I'm taking the opportunity.
With force.
With force.
I'll do the force.
Whichever.
I'll
Yeah,
do the
whichever way.
force.
Yeah.
See what happens. Which is what, iron, right?
Correct.
Boo.
Maybe it should be the other one.
All right, here we go. And my underwater feel up leads to a weak hit.
A weak hit.
He found less than
found
promising.
Okay.
He wasn't impressed what he found.
Uh,
On a hit, you stay in control.
good.
On a
So
weak hit, choose one.
I'll choose one. I guess I will mark progress.
All right, so we'll mark 1 progress. Takes us up to 6.
So Luce searches the body, and like with all the mud and like gravel and shit, it was really hard to find anything, but he finds like a blade hidden in the waistband and pulls the blade out and is going to strike immediately to the second one, the second Scarlet Guard that's there. So that would be a close quarters roll, which is iron.
There you go.
And survey says...
Strong hit.
Yes.
Okay.
Mark progress twice.
Woo! I got us
We're
3
getting close.
boxes. Okay. So, Luce, holding the body that's already in the water down with one arm and the blade in like the right hand, goes to slash at the back of the leg of the other Crimson Guard, and it kind of like teeters backwards and into the water, and Luce puts him out of his misery, but still can't get up, and the water is rising. So
Yeah.
What a beast. This guy.
Slippery when wet.
That's right.
Duke sees that heroic display from Luce, and then there were at least 3 Scarlet Guard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 4. Was there 4?
Probably more around.
More around.
It's their base.
Yes.
True.
If not, more just came through the door.
Yeah, they're still coming. So as he sees Luz just manhandle these 2 guys in the water, realizes for some reason Luz is not getting up, even though he is, handling the situation. So Duke is putting 2 and 2 together and figures that he's compromised somehow. So he checks on Sparrow, who is now bleeding profusely, does a quick assessment, realizes that while he is bleeding quite a bit, he's not passing out just yet. So Duke is going to try. He needs to try. He realizes we got to try and make big moves to get out of here quickly, or we're going to lose people. He assesses Sparrow, tears off some of his. Takes a second to try and actually let's roll for this and see how successful he is. He's going to try and hastily dress your wound. What did we use for that again? There was something we'd used for that.
Like an aid.
Aid your ally. Is that the one?
There is a heal.
Heal?
Yeah, heal.
I will repair you. Okay. Let me try to do that. When you receive medical care or provide it. If you provide care, roll wits. Okay.
Yeah, and technically we all have first aid kits, so... Oh wait, they took that away maybe.
No, I mean he's like tearing his clothes up
Okay.
to try and pack his wound with something and then, tie it off. All right, so we're gonna roll wits on that first, and then we'll determine what he does. It's a miss. Okay.
Nice.
The aid is ineffective, and the situation worsens, and you also pay the price. So Duke, he rips off his sleeve and thinks, I'll try and pack it, and then he does his best, but it's just not, he can't quite get enough material to go all the way around his midsection. And so he just ends up wasting time trying to stuff the wound and secure it. But he just can't. So he doesn't have enough of the goods there to do it. And he's just really frustrated and pissed off because, the blood just keeps coming out. So he ends up just bunching up that garment piece and, just holding it over and applying the pressure. So let's see. Pay the price. Make the most obvious negative outcome happen. Ask the Oracle. Or roll on the table below. All right. So while Duke was trying to do all this, he was basically, positioned over Sparrow. and that same Scarlet Guard that had shot Sparrow, was firing on Duke, because he's now, still out in the open essentially. And Duke tried to reposition them, but just couldn't do it in time, and he ended up catching a shot as well. Though not as severe, he did endure a kind of a shot that essentially grazed across his back. So had he been a little bit more over to the side, it would have been a much more lethal shot. But in this particular case, he got lucky. So we're going to call that just a -1, and he's not going to resist that either. He's too engaged in the effort to try and help Sparrow.
Nice.
It's not looking good, boys.
Not. So Goshi, after falling on his butt and seeing Luce dispatch 2 of the Crimson Guard, he sees Duke trying to apply first aid, and in the process, he's getting shot. Oh my gosh. All right. Let me see if I can provide covering fire for us to get out of here. So I have to react clash if I'm gonna. Yeah.
Or are you under?
Yeah, I'm in a bad spot.
Okay,
So I have to clash. I have to exchange fire. So go to edge.
You got it.
Yeah. All right. Clash. Okay, here we go.
Weak hit. Mark progress.
Mark progress. Good.
But you are dealt a counter blow or setback. Stay in a bad spot and pay the price. Man, we are.
So
the progress is high, but we're definitely paying for it.
Yes.
We're living up to the podcast name.
It's true.
Even though I was able to get off a few rounds and dispatch that Crimson Guard, not only do I fall down again, this time I lose the weapon I had in my hand, and it skitters off. And now I am disarmed.
But the Scarlet Guard who was firing.
But the Scarlet Guard is down.
He's down. All right. Okay.
Oh, do we roll? It was my turn again?
I think it's probably about time, right?
Okay. Let me clear the roll first.
24.
Yeah.
Halfway there.
What?
So we have a decision to make. When are we going to make this progress roll to decide what ends up happening?
I think the only way we can make the progress roll is if we're all together.
Okay.
Yes, makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like
we got 2 down.
You can't evac
Right.
without the whole party.
Unless they're dead.
Exactly.
But even if they're dead, you got to take their body.
Right. I mean,
if you can.
In terms of the fiction, it can work out that we get out.
If there is a body.
In terms of the fiction, there's a way.
If you got hit by an RPG, it's different.
I do like that and saying, okay, we got to get out of here. So, until let's vault together.
I like that little condition there.
Yes,
I
like that.
So I'm in the water.
Yes.
Furthest away from everyone. Kind of starting to drown. Goshi is probably closest in between me and you two, right?
Yes.
Because Duke is with Sparrow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and we're kind of
we were
under fire.
But you guys were on the ledge, which I'm assuming is up against a wall or something.
We never made it to the ledge.
Oh, I thought that's what crumbled.
Mm-mm.
No.
Sparrow tried, but we
just tripping up.
Did not advance that far.
Okay. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take decisive action.
Ooh.
Well, isn't that the progress move?
Oh, yes.
Is that? Oh, never mind then.
It is, unfortunately, but Yeah, it's part
Then
of
I
the...
guess what I'll do is I'll gain ground again. So what I'm going to try to do is the water level's rising, even though I don't feel it anymore because my leg is just numb. I can't use it. So I only got one leg, 2 arms, no weapon. Water is at my neck and I can't stand up.
You have a knife now, don't you?
Yeah, you have the knife.
Yeah, I got a knife, but I mean,
Yeah.
what am I going
It's a knife.
You can throw it.
I'm not gonna
Throw
go
it.
scuba diving right now.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is Luce is going to focus and try to hold their breath so that they can actually kind of sneak right below the water level to avoid being detected. And so what Luce does is like take a good look at kind of like where Sparrow and Duke are. Take a deep breath, dive underwater, and try to make it there to the best of his abilities with all the explosions, water rushing, leech cries, etc. So I'm going to gain ground by maneuvering
Okay.
the treacherous water. So let me go to edge. Okay.
Weak hit.
I'm fine with that.
Okay. Stay in control. Choose one of the options.
Well, I guess we're going to get some progress.
All right. That maxes out the bar.
All right.
So, Luce, is swimming, kind of just float pushing along as far as I can until the rock formation kind of breaks up the water a little bit. And when I pull my head out of the water, I realize that I'm probably like 15 meters closer to you guys, but maybe still like 10 meters away.
We'll take that.
Just flailing.
All right. Close but no cigar. So, Sparrow has 2 holes in him. Luce is, swimming through the muck, which helps, but it's still, he's gritting through the pain. And Duke, he got grazed, and I'm here on the ground sputtering. And through all of this and all the firefights that the Shard Hunters are shooting at any other Crimson Guard, Goshi sees that the area we're at, and now that the room is halfway full, we could probably he's gonna try to get everyone together and at least push him towards the exit to get out of here. So, in a bad spot, I am going to avoid danger or overcome an obstacle, which is I'm in a bad spot. I guess, is it fleeing? Changing the plan. Finding a way out. There you go. Finding a way out.
Yeah.
It's a wits roll. And react under fire.
Yep. Because you're in a bad spot, right?
Yes, I am in a bad spot.
All right.
Whew, here we go.
Strong hit. You
All right.
succeeded and are in control. Take +1 momentum.
Yes. Okay. In control. +1 momentum. Splashing around. He's able to semi-swim, semi-crawl, and grab Goshi and Duke. Duke, we gotta get out of here. There's the exit. And seeing Luce. Oh, there's Luce. We gotta get out of here. And he swims, crawls, hopefully avoiding detection from everybody. And we head towards the exit to swim out of here.
So you've joined with us.
Yes, I was able to get to you guys and get everyone together. It's like, I dropped my weapon, and the water's getting deep, and I don't have my helmet. None of us do. So we need to get out of here. And, I think I already drank half the water in this cave anyway. Captain, we need to get out of Dodge.
Do we roll the clock?
You want to do that now?
We can roll the clock, and then I guess, would we say that's our progress check as well?
No.
Not yet.
We're not all together yet.
I'm not there.
Not yet. So, all right, then, fine.
Unless you guys want to leave me.
Well, as I said, I
guess
got
roll
you
it.
could. You could. That's fine.
Where's the abandoned companion move?
I see
That's-
break a vow. Where does it say break a heart?
Cool. But at any rate, I at least got the captain and Sparrow and heading towards Luce to get out of here. And yes, let's go ahead and make one more roll to see how much.
Oh my goodness.
Yikes! Go!
Hey,
Hey,
80.
it doesn't miss. Yes, it does not fill. Oh my gosh!
All the water that Goshi consumed.
Yes, I drank half the
evens
cave,
out
so
the-
yeah.
The
Well, we could say in the heat of all, so you have shard hunters who are attacking the Leech
Yes.
Queen, and the Leech Queen, who is kind of embedded in the cave, is obviously recognizes that it's flooding, so she's battling the shard hunters and also trying to sort of essentially break free because she's in the event that she needs to move. And in the process, some of the cave wall and ceiling starts to come down and actually temporarily blocks off the rushing water. So it's still coming in, but it's much less severe at this point. But we're still looking at waist high-ish water in the deepest areas. And it won't take much more to let it come rushing back in, or worse. So, we've got a temporary respite.
Whew.
I guess the only thing is for me to still try to make it.
Yeah, I'm trying to just I think Duke would go. So, all right. So, Goshi gets to us,
Yes.
and so you come up onto the ledge, coughing and hacking up water, and Duke's like, I tried to, like, Sparrow needs help. He's like, I tried to pack his wounds, and he's pressing down real hard, in that area. But I didn't have enough to help him. If you can dress him. I'm gonna go get Luz.
Okay.
Like,
Sure.
dress him and get him to the exit, right?
Right. We'll try to get that. Yes.
So Duke leaves Sparrow's side, and then basically dives back in because he still recognizes that Liz is struggling. So he dives into the water to help his companion. Do we need a move here?
I mean, you're in a bad spot, right?
He is, yeah.
I mean, I would imagine it would be some form of reacting under fire if we're...
Okay, so let's call it.
Yeah. Because you're not going to strike. You're just trying to do something other than clash, since you're in a bad spot.
I guess we'll stick to wits then. Finding a way out, changing the plan, or yeah, no.
No, I think wits.
Yeah.
I think wits is good.
Okay then.
Save me.
Oh no!
Damn.
Worst possible roll.
And a
Holy
match.
shit.
Yikes.
Miss with a match. The situation worsens. You stay in a bad spot because you suck, and must pay the price. Okay. All right. So
Oh,
You hate to see it.
Duke jumps into the water, and almost as soon as he gets into the water, there's a huge booming explosion, which you can only, Duke doesn't know what happened, but you guys can see that another RPG had essentially hit the cave wall.
Ugh.
And so there's shrieking from the queen, who's, she's obviously getting getting some AoE damage off of that. Whether it's an actual explosion or just reverberations off the cave wall. But she's shrieking and also trying to figure out how she's going to get out of here. You've got this huge rush of water now that had slowed momentarily is now just like full on flooding into the room. And so since Duke was in the water, he gets swept up in essentially this indoor tidal wave and gets pushed all the way to the other side, basically to where the group of shard hunters was.
Cheese and crackers.
So now the situation is the two of you are on a ledge that is rapidly, going to get subsumed by water. There's an exit between you two and where Duke finds himself now, which is on the opposite side. Who knows if Luce was able to withstand the rushing water. Maybe he ended up with Duke. I don't know.
Should I just take like a random roll?
Yeah, just roll a percentage.
What's the percentage I get screwed here?
Yeah. If basing it off the clocks, you can most likely, or what are the?
I'll say 65 and above. I'm okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yep, that's a 5. You are not okay.
You're not okay. Dang it! We were that close. We were this close.
We were close.
Does that mean I also have to pay a price?
I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
But I would say it did move you out of position.
Yes.
Yeah. So Luce is like struggling to breathe and not swallow the
Other
water.
half of the cave.
And as the earthquake and the ground moves below him, he gets like tossed and turned and kind of like hits his head on the cave floor and like kind of passes out for like a split second. And when he opens his eyes, he sees the eyes of the shard hunters that had already grabbed him. And they have just smiles on their faces. And he can see Duke's body like a couple meters away from his. But we're surrounded by shard hunters now.
Ugh.
I'm going to say, I'm going to go in thirds here because, Duke basically gets slammed against the wall with the tidal wave and see just how severe this harm is. It could be bad. He's only got 3 health.
Oh.
Could be nothing.
Taking it in thirds, low, mid, high. 86.
Is that high, or are we going reverse here?
Oh my gosh, 86. Okay.
Okay.
Which would make it major harm. We've never had to do this before.
Yikes.
So -3, major harm, which puts him at 0.
Yikes.
All right, let's find out.
Oh, we're going to get into the other stuff now.
If your health is 0, lose momentum equal to any remaining harm. Then if your health is 0, or you choose to resist, roll health or iron, whichever is higher. Okay. So he's going to roll. How could your health be higher at that point? Oh, I guess if you resist.
Right.
So iron. Oh, yay. Iron is 1. Wonderful.
Nice.
This
is going to work
next
out. I can
character.
feel
This is going to be great.
This is
This is
return.
going-
Oh,
This
it's
is it.
still. Oh, well, okay.
You can burn.
It's a miss, but I still have momentum, thankfully,
Yes.
to burn, which I will.
Ooh.
Oh boy. Okay, hold on. We're gonna burn.
Is it worth it though?
It's a weak hit.
On a weak hit, if you are not wounded, which he's not technically, you may lose momentum in exchange for health.
Oh, there it is.
Otherwise, press on. So burning would have put me down to 2
Yes.
health. I will actually lose
You'll gain
another.
1 health.
Yeah, I'm going to lose another and take 1 health back.
All right.
So
you're at
Duke
1.
gets Duke gets completely washed away in this rush of water. Like completely out of, he has no control over what's happening. Like that's the kind of situation where you're just rolling in a wave. You know, can't tell which way is up.
Been there, done
And
that.
and he just goes crashing into a wall. And not only that, but he also kind of gets bodied by like a, you know, an outcropping rock, which just makes the entire thing worse. So he gets gouged in the back and takes a hard hit. He manages to actually land on a piece of, you know, a high piece of the floor temporarily. So he's not drowning, but when Luz is catching glimpses of him, he looks as good as dead, as far as he can tell. And then there's a little bit of movement, and he kind of starts to struggle to stand up. So he's not out of the fight yet, but he's pretty damn close. And you know, obviously, if he can't get out of that water, he may not be able to fight his way through that either. And we're surrounded.
Okay. So, trying to obey the captain's orders, he tries to see if he can help out Sparrow. Though that was a good question. Is it a gain ground or is it a heal?
I think,
Because I am in control.
I think it would be. I would call it a heal.
Yeah, I would probably call it a heal.
Okay,
too.
let's call it heal then. Let's go.
Heal me with your magic powers.
Magic powers. All right. Whew, I am trying to obtain treatment for a companion.
Provide care. I think.
Provide care. There you go. Roll wits. Okay. All right. Here we go. Weak hit.
Weak hit. Okay. On a weak hit as above, which is the care is helpful. If you or the ally are wounded, clear the impact and take or give +2 health. Otherwise, take or give +3. So it would be 3.
For a weak hit.
Yeah, as above, but the recovery costs extra time or resources. So you choose to either lose momentum or lose resources.
Oh, we've got 2 supply and 8 momentum is pretty good. To lose 2? Ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, and down. Either way, we lose. We either go no more supply or lose momentum. I'm just in case. So I'm gonna say we take up our supplies because that momentum may help us.
Well, I didn't even put 0 as an option here.
Oh, okay. Notes to self: put 0 supply. All
Is
right,
that
then.
actually an option? 0?
We'll
We'll look into it. We'll look into it later.
Yeah. So,
All right,
So
so
am I
we've got
getting
nothing.
yes,
2?
so we got no supplies.
get-
3.
Well, would you have considered yourself wounded? Oh, probably, right?
I was
He
pretty
got,
wounded.
yeah,
man.
he got 2.
okay.
He got 2 bullets in him.
So I'll
So
take-
you
I'll take a
would
plus
not
2.
be wounded, and yeah, you'd get 2.
Just 2, yes. Because that's a different. That's I think when you get 0 and then you get a misfortune on the person. You know, wounded, shaken, or unprepared.
All right.
All right, so he's got 2 points on him, and can you hear me, Sparrow? Can you hear me? Did that help you?
And Sparrow's like kind of coughing up blood. And he's like,
Oh,
and
dude.
he's like, oh, I think it, it's not the perfect patch, but it'll do.
We got to get out of here. We got to get. Uh-oh. Dang it. That one RPG caused a lot of waves, and now Duke and Luz are the opposite side, and shard hunters are surrounding them. We need to get out of here.
How do we regroup with the captain?
Look, we may need to ask for help from the shard hunters to get out of here alive. maybe swim towards them and make a plea and say, "Gentlemen, we need to get out."
But are they on our side? Can we trust them to help us in this kind of situation?
We trust them, and we go. We don't trust them, we die. We stay here, we die. 1 out of 3. It's not that good.
Man, they don't look like they're in any mood to help us.
Right.
I mean, they had me tied up
Yeah.
and shot me.
They're kind of
multiple
relishing
times.
the fact that we're both there and just completely beat up right now.
Yeah.
But
what's
they
that
are in
move?
danger.
Yes,
obviously.
they too are. What's that move where you try to talk your way out of it? There's a move like that, I think.
It was
Compel.
compel.
Compel. There you go. There you go.
What would Sparrow do?
Yes, what would Sparrow do?
Sparrow would trust nobody but the team. Just make
Yes.
it to the team.
That's right.
And after Ivan makes his roll or action, we have to roll again.
Is there a move to provide cover? Provide cover. Provide.
I think
some
secure
sort of
advantage is what it
secure
is.
advantage. Okay. Thankfully, I still have my gun. So.
Excuse me.
Sparrow takes out his gun and looks at Goshi and says, "Goshi, we're just gonna have to like swim for it. I'm just gonna blind fire whatever, and we're just gonna gun it for them. We're just gonna straight up."
Okay, I lost my gun, so I'll follow your lead. It's probably a no-win situation for us at the moment.
Okay, well, you're just gonna have to stick close, and
Yes,
with all you got, we just gotta make it.
let's do this.
So you're providing cover
Yes.
with the move? Okay.
So provide cover, and then we're gonna try to beeline it for. So we'll see what happens. Guessing that's speed, so edge.
Weak hit. You want a weak hit, choose one. Take +2 momentum or add 1 to your next move, but you were successful in
What's my
giving us a
momentum
bit
now?
of cover.
2,
Yes.
4. What does the +1 do for me?
On your next move, that's not a major progress move.
Yes.
You just get a bonus. Whatever
Goes
it
in
is.
the bonus box.
I'll take the +2 momentum.
We're already full, so
Hmm?
aren't
What?
we? We're already at
For-
10, correct?
Well, that's
Yes.
progress.
Momentum?
Progress.
This is his momentum.
Yeah.
not
Oh,
yours.
his momentum.
Yeah, my
Correct.
momentum.
Ooh, big momentum.
Yeah.
The big mo.
All right.
Okay.
So Sparrow's taking like Goshi, or like kind of guiding Goshi, and the whole time, he's just kind of, shooting in the general direction of like the Shard Hunters and the Scarlet Guard, and they're like ducking and weaving. They're also taking shots themselves, and Sparrow and Goshi are running. And Sparrow's like yelling at Goshi. Guys, like, "Goshi, come on, let's go, let's move." And then eventually they catch up to Duke first, because you were on your way to lose. So unless you didn't get to lose yet, right?
No,
no.
he was too
Okay,
busy dying.
Yeah, he got
Okay. Yeah.
swept
So we
away.
get
He got
to
swept
we get
away.
to- yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We get to you first then.
So, roll for the water, or do we need to fill it once because of the miss and pay the price?
Yeah, I would say so.
All
Just
right,
tick it.
so take a tick on that.
The narrative says yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And now we have to roll for the next. Want to go ahead and roll it, Ivan? Or do we
I think
wait?
we could wait a little.
We wait a little longer? Okay. All right. So swimming towards Luce and Duke, who are very close to the Shard Hunters. I am in control still. You know what? Why not? I am going to try to compel the Shard Hunters and try to convince them, hey, we all need to just get out of here. Otherwise, none of us is going to make it. How can I say that? It's not
Pacify?
wise. Yeah, my only choice is the first one's the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. All right, so let's try that. Heart. Compel them.
Make your appeal.
Whew, here we go.
Weak
Ooh,
hit.
Weak hit.
Oh,
Yikes.
okay. So on a weak hit as above, which is they'll do what you want or agree to your conditions.
But
Take +1 momentum. But the agreement comes with a condition or complication. What is their counter?
oh. Ooh, so let me take 1 + 1 on momentum. Oh, I got an idea. All right, so you hear one of them, and actually the others look around, and then all the shard hunters look around, and all the other shard hunters look at one person. And that one person also takes a look around and said, agreed. However, if you need our help, you're gonna have to surrender any and all weapons. Otherwise, we'll leave you here. Dum dum dum.
This is over
And-
by you guys, right? Because
Yes, because we're swimming towards you guys, and I yell across the water, the cavern being filled by water. We need to get out of here.
How many shard hunters are we saying there are?
Probably a handful.
Yeah, enough.
Like 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Probably 3 or 4 left.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The fight's been going on, and I wonder if he would. Well, regardless, he already made his decision, so we can either continue with the fiction or roll for the cavern of water.
I'll say in that moment that the shard hunters hear Goshi's offer and begin considering it, and the head shard hunter, let's say, calls out and offers that deal for them to turn in all their weapons. That shard hunter is over, like, closer to Luce. So while their attention is captured by Goshi, I am going to gain ground by pulling a knife on the leader while he's looking the other way. So that's going to be an ambush.
I feel like Duke is thinking the same thing. He's
Yeah.
despite being like, almost
Absolutely.
dead, he's like, no fucking way.
Yeah. If we're going, we're going. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna pull a shadow. Let's see how this goes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Wow.
A miss.
That
Ugh.
is a miss.
Oh boy. Your foe gains the upper hand. The fight moves to new location or you encounter a new danger. You are now in a bad spot and must pay the price.
All right. So let me see here. So as Luce pulls the knife on the shard hunter captain, let's call them, and says, I think actually we'll be taking your guns. The shard hunter captain feigns giving Luce the gun and instead clocks him across the face with his elbow and knocks Luce down on his one good leg.
Oh.
And Luce is like, has a broken nose now and is just like bleeding all over the floor and will pay the price.
You can go.
Let's see, where is this?
Do you want to do endure harm or you want to look at the
I
pay the
will.
price option?
Yeah,
I will-
or take the misfortune of being wounded or shaken.
No, let's go ahead and endure harm
Okay.
because he
yes.
just broke my nose.
Yes. Take it. Endure
There's
harm.
so much broken in me.
Oh my gosh! I know. Embrace.
I would imagine it's serious harm, right?
I would think so.
So that's a
Yeah.
-2. So
Breaking
that
the
puts
nose.
me down to 0.
Ugh.
Uh-oh.
But I will choose to resist. So I will roll iron.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to work out. You know?
Yes, it will.
We'll find out in 2 seconds.
I agree. It will work out.
Weak hit. Okay.
Okay.
Better than a miss.
Wow, look at that.
On a weak hit, if you're not wounded, you may lose momentum in exchange for 1 health. All right, so I will... that was...
Getting close.
Getting pretty close. So that means my health is at 1.
Mm-hmm.
My momentum is at 2. And now I am on the ground. The captain has his rifle pointed at my temple, and I'm bleeding from most of my orifices.
Oh.
All right. Duke is not going to stand for that. He's
Are you going to try to pull it at the same time?
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, bro. Let's go.
So, let's see. Oh, I'm in a bad spot as well. Where's my clash? So Duke is surprised that he's even alive at this point, and he looks over to where to the talk. He can hear the talking and the conversation going on. Looks over to where Luce is, and through the rushing water in his face, he's trying to keep his face clean so he can see what happens, and he just watches as Luz makes a really an atypically sad attempt at trying to assassinate the guy. And basically, yeah, he gets his nose busted, and now is just essentially in a what do you call it? Like he's gonna get shot situation,
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't think of what that's called.
In a bad spot?
Oh no, like execution style.
Oh.
Like he can't stop it. And Duke's like, no fucking way. And he pulls out his gun, and with the last bit of strength that he can muster right now, he's going to try and take out that Shard Hunter leader person.
Nice.
So it's a clash.
It's a clash.
Captain Clash.
That's right, Captain on Clapton.
That's right.
Captain on Clapton.
It's
Captain getting the clap on.
Clapton Clash.
Captain clapped.
Captain's
get
getting the clap. Got it.
Did this just turn into a guitar battle?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
getting
just the way Luce speaks after having his face broken. It's the cat. It's
You can't. All right. So 1 momentum, 1 health, barely any life left in him.
Oh.
He's gonna try to save his friend.
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
A miss! Oh my gosh. Can I change my dice? On a miss, your foe dominates the exchange. You stay in a bad spot and must pay the price again.
No.
Dude, how many times? Okay, all right.
Oh, geez.
Okay. Let's see.
Obvious or ask the oracle
So-
or roll on the table.
Duke was so focused on trying to save Luz that he didn't even realize that a couple of the other Shard Hunters were approaching him from his blind spot, and pulls up the gun to take the shot, and the guy basically brings down his rifle right down against his arms, knocking the gun out of his hand.
Ugh.
And Duke's just like, oh my god, like I didn't even notice. Like it's really starting to sink in how bad the situation is that he didn't even realize he was being approached. I'm going to let's see. I'm going to roll on this table.
Ooh.
and see. And not everything here applies, but let's see. Let's see where it lands.
And then it might inspire you.
16. You face the consequences of an earlier choice. Oh.
Or reverse it, 61.
Your equipment malfunctions. Well, I just lost all my
Okay.
equipment. There it is.
Yeah.
An earlier choice. Well, I guess not giving up the guns was his choice. And so he after getting the gun knocked out of his hands with the assault rifle, the shard hunter is then going to just butt him with it. Straight to the face. After saying, "You should have just given up the gun," and just like right straight to his face. Which, all things considered, is probably just minor harm. But that's enough to put him back to 0.
Well,
So
he did hit your arms, so yeah.
well, arm and then face.
Okay.
So probably also a broken nose. So he goes back down to 0, and we'll
Are you
take.
gonna resist it?
Well, if you get to 0, you make the
Oh
roll.
yeah.
So here we go. You can't miss again, right?
Nope, only once.
Oh my god! Wow! Look at this roll. Like,
Dang it.
how could I? Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh.
On a miss, it's worse than you thought.
Oh.
Suffer an additional -1 or lose momentum -2. So I have. Is 0 even an option? Momentum? It is actually. Oh, you can go
Yes.
negative,
You can go
right?
Negative.
Yes, you can.
Right. So
You can go
-2. Good grief. Oh, I'm sorry, -1.
-1.
And then, if your health is 0, you must also mark wounded. Oh, there's the wounded.
There you
Wounded
go.
or permanently harmed, or roll on the table below. Okay, here we go.
Do it.
It's time.
Do it.
Stakes are high. 24.
Oh.
You are unconscious and out of action. If left alone, you come back to your senses in an hour or 2. If you're vulnerable to ongoing harm, face death.
Well, technically yes,
I think-
because you could
Yeah,
drown.
I could just drown there.
Oh no.
Face death. What does that even? What does that even entail?
It's the end of our captain.
When you encounter a situation where death is an immediate or unavoidable outcome, you are dead. When you are instead brought to the brink with a chance for recovery or redemption, roll +1. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
You could recover if we got to you.
Yes.
Yeah, and I don't. So he knocked him out. He could have just shot him. So
Yes.
he knocked him out, and the second shard hunter, lifts my unconscious body out of the water.
Thank
So I would
you.
say I'm not in an
Not in the
immediate
death
threat
yet.
to die.
We still have to get out of this room though.
But yeah, now I'm unconscious. Like,
Yes.
Oh, and they could just kill you.
and they could.
Yes,
they could just
they
drop
could.
me and
They've been
be on their
trying to.
way. Yeah, this is true.
Okay.
They might just be waiting on the call from their
Yeah.
captain. So
looking at after saying to the shard captain, and the captain said, "We'll take you with us. We have to take your weapons." And then Luce makes a move, which fails and gets bashed in the face.
Duke makes a move.
Duke makes a move.
Fails.
Not only does he get hit in the arms, dropping his weapon, he gets bashed in the face and he goes unconscious. And Goshi just like, dang it. Sparrow, we're outgunned. You may have a couple firearms on you, but those water's rising and they have two of our crewmates, and they have more guns, and the leeches are still here.
So their captain looks over, like, obviously brimming with confidence because they're just, totally took us there.
Yep.
Looks directly at Goshi and Sparrow and says, and obviously standing there as if the water is not affecting him. Like that's how confident he looks right now. He goes, "It's your last chance. You either leave with us, or none of you leave. But we're getting out of here."
And the only stipulation is to give you our weapons.
Yeah, that's what he said.
And he nods.
Sparrow brings out his one iron pistol and kind of really, like reluctantly is like kind of like handing it to him. But what the Shard Hunter captain doesn't know is that Sparrow has two. So Sparrow,
So you're gonna try and conceal that?
I will
Yes.
try to conceal, or do I shoot him in the face?
Oh,
It's time.
Sparrow
It's
makes
time.
a move.
It's time to enter the fray.
Yes. Why not? Go
What
for
move
it.
would that? What move would that be?
Well, technically,
Yes.
we've always been in the fray, but
Yeah, we've
Yes.
been in the fray the whole time.
Okay.
You are in control.
you
Sparrow,
can gain
so-
ground.
Yes, that's also.
Do the double combo. You gain ground and then strike.
Well, how about this? We've got like almost 10 minutes.
10 minutes left.
You want to just make this the move?
The final,
move.
The
final
take
move.
decisive action, come what may.
All right.
We'll see what happens.
How will season 1 end?
Take decisive action.
Decisive
Okay, here we go.
action time.
Progress roll. 10. We got a 10. So our action die is set for 10. You just have to make the roll.
Time to buckle in, boys.
Yeah. Buckle up, Buttercup.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh, no. It's a 10.
No, we have a 10.
The action die is a 10.
Uh-huh.
So
and
it's-
it's a match.
It's a strong hit with a match.
with a match.
Oh.
Whew.
I got so nervous. So
I know.
you guys can't see what happened. The beat sheet said miss with a match because we don't have a forced action a die number yet. But
We don't have a how to
Oh
roll for
my
the
gosh.
progress track. So,
I
but
was gonna lose it.
oh,
But with our progress track being at a 10, it essentially makes the roll a 10.
yes.
So it is a strong hit with a match.
So
And that
what does
says,
mean?
on a strong hit, you prevail. Take +1 momentum. If any objectives remain and the fight continues, you are in control. All right, so you have prevailed. You get to write the story here.
Right.
Well, feel free to jump in with any other details you would like to add.
Okay.
So-
So, with that said,
With that said, in Sparrow's glorious moment, so he's handing the Shard Hunter captain, one of his two iron pistols, but unknowingly the Shard Hunter captain doesn't know. So he's handing him the gun, and the Shard Hunter picks up the gun and he's looking at it and is like, this is a nice gun. It'll be nice to add to my collection.
oh,
And as he says that, he's like putting it in his like in his back, like holster, I guess, or whatever, back pocket. And he turns around and he's like, signaling the rest of the Shard Hunters that, all right, we came here, did what we needed to do. Let's get, these four bozos and let's get out of this place. And so after he signals them, he turns around and Sparrow silently pulls out his second iron pistol, fully loaded already. And just in an instant, just bat, takes out all of the Shard Hunters without a single miss. And so, how many did we say there were? There was like
3 or 4 left.
four.
you
five,
shot him.
three or
You
four.
shot him. You got it.
So they all drop to the floor, just heavy, like sack of rocks, just thud on the ground. And he looks back at the team and, at the unconscious Captain Duke. And he's like, all right, I think we need to get the F out of here now. Like, it is time. And because Sparrow still has his legs, sort of, he goes over to his captain and picks him up like fireman carry. And obviously he's still struggling because of the body wound that he sustained earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's not in the perfect condition to like really make haste, out. But so he's carrying Captain Duke, and he turns around and he's like, Goshi and Luz are like both kind of like supporting each other,
Right.
And so they make their way out. Well, they're making their way out now of the the cave, the leech cave.
Before, after he picks up Luz, Goshi reaches towards the captain's body and recovers Sparrow's second or first firearm. You're gonna need this because that was some smart shooting, man.
All right, well, you hold on to that, Goshi.
Huh?
We just need to get out of here.
Okay, let's go. Don't drop the gun. Don't drop the gun.
Don't drop the gun. Don't shoot me in the back either.
Don't drop loose. Don't drop loose. Too many things to do.
So as Goshi is turning to grab Luz, he notices when grabbing his arms that he feels a lump, and that lump is moving up and down Luz's arms. And when he goes to look, he can actually see multiple lumps moving underneath Luz's skin. And what you come to realize is through the hole in Luz's leg, swarms of leeches have slowly been swimming through the water and going into his body. And Luz turns to you guys and says, I can feel the queen trying to take over my body, and I'm not gonna let that happen, and I can't bring this back on the ship with us. And as he's looking all of you in the eye, you can see the leeches start crawling like underneath his cheek and like the bridge of his nose. He said, the only way I can contribute now is to buy you some time and take care of this monster. I'm gonna do what they always told us not to do. I'm gonna use the cloaking technology for a second time without a recharge and cause an explosion that'll hopefully end this madness, and no one else will be infected by these stupid fucking leeches. It's been an honor to serve with you guys, but it's time. It's time for me to end this with myself. Please go. I can't have you guys see this. And Luz starts one leg paddling towards the queen as the vault door closes behind you guys and you start running down the hallways.
So as the three of you make your way out of the facility, I mean, everyone else is long gone by now, so you're not encountering any resistance at this point. You emerge back into that room where we entered from the water, and you get out the little devices. Make your way through the water, although so you make your way through the water back to shore where the Diliculum is. And, battered and beaten, you still have blood like running down your legs. You board the ship and secure Duke on a stretcher bed in the medical bay or whatever it is, and then go and take your position back in the cockpit. It's still kind of in disbelief with everything. Kind of what Luz did is, it hasn't really sunk in yet, and you have this whole crater of a lake that's kind of collapsing in on itself now after the explosion. So Sparrow, the only thing you can think to do right now is to just get the hell out of there. So prepare for the launch and the liftoff. Get the ship off the ground, keeping in mind that you gotta be mindful of the black hole. So you gotta take the same precautions as when we arrived. And when you get away from it all, finally, and everything kind of quiets and settles, you then get to think about everything that just transpired. Duke still unconscious. Luz is now lost to the team. You yourself, Sparrow, are still on the brink, without not having had any real medical attention yet. And then you hear a communication over the radio. And you, in having not really been, just having so much on your mind, you didn't even notice that the radar had picked up another ship. And Goshi, you feel this really unnerving feeling, but you can't put your finger on it. And the communication comes through. It says, Diliculum, prepare to be boarded. This is the Cogitation Administratum. We are here for Goshi. I recommend you don't resist. Thanks for tuning in to Dawn of the Diliculum on the Pay the Price podcast. Dawn of the Diliculum and the Pay the Price podcast are products and trademarks of Samurai Beat, LLC, which is a fan-funded organization made for you and made possible by you at patreon.com/samuraibeat. We seek to entertain and enable adulting gamers like you, and we appreciate your support, your confidence, and your inspiration. Thank you.